Welcome back to everybody to another IFR training. Today we are back in the 152, or no, I lied, 172. Today's going to be a great flight. I hope you enjoy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like this video because it truly will help you, me, both, everybody, the world, whoever wants to care. But until then, hope you guys enjoy.
How do I turn that down?
Modern aircraft are typically fitted with more advanced avionics than what we saw in the Cessna 152. The Cessna 172 is fitted with the Garmin G1000, which helps bring light aircraft into the modern era and makes IFR flight simpler. Let's explore the main instrumentation differences with regards to instrument flight. Rather than information being displayed on separate dials, the glass cockpit brings your information into one place on the primary flying display, the PFD. The typical scan pattern remains, with attitude at the center, airspeed on the left, heading below, and altitude on the right. Further right of the altimeter is the VSI. Nav radios are at the top left, and communications radios at the top right. In the 152, we had to adjust the OBS to center the CDI with 2 indication to set a direct course to the beacon. Here we can simply turn towards the blue bearing 1 needle, or click the center of the course barrow knob found on the right side of the PFD. Clicking will automatically set the CDI to an inbound course to the VOR. Twisting this course knob will allow you to set a desired course, shown at the top right of the HSI. Now for the ADF. Tuning the ADF is done with the ADF DME button at the bottom of the PFD. There is no auto ident on the ADF, so the ident button has been selected to listen to the Morse code. Found underneath the Do Not Touch Screens label, the white light indicates that it is selected. Once your displays and radios are set, taxi to hold for runway 02.
Alright. Where I go? I'm not even gonna go through checklists. See if I can do the checklist without thinking about it. Alright. Actually, right here it's up there. We have a whole different plane.
Electric systems test performed. Throttle idle. Master alt and battery off. I don't think that's for this. Because that turned off everything, so. Anyways, landing and taxi lights on. Should be, let me see if they're on. Check, amps verified negative. Check. Throttle 1500 or less. Oh. Amps verified positive. Low voltage, initiation, enunciation, blah blah blah. And wait, what? Why would I turn that off? Throttle as required for warm up. Make sure set to lean. Avionics master on. Garmin's on. Volume no. Okay. Internal lights as required. Flaps up. Cabin heat as required. Altimeter set to local. Fuel quantity check. Garmin's and radio set. Garmin autopilot vario reference set. I don't know what that's for. It's for something. I don't know. Autopilot L2 pre-select if this desired. Pitot heat as required. Struggle with that one. Elevator trim set for takeoff. Flight controls full and free. Okay, hold on. Let's make sure that our trims. I think that's takeoff right there. Should be. All right.
Golf Foxtrot Sierra Alpha Charlie, clear line up and take off, runway 02. Wind is calm, right turnout is approved.
Take off straight ahead and climb to an altitude of 2,000 feet. Start making a right turn to heading 090. You can use the heading book to help you maintain a heading. It's been set to 090 for you. For future turns, use the heading
North
knob
it
guide
has.
PFD to set your desired heading.
Oh,
It's
it
important
has.
not to confuse the nav aid needles when flying IFR. We've set the VOR to bearing 1, the thin needle, and the ADF to bearing 2, the thicker needle. Continue on heading 090 at 2,000 feet.
How do I engage?
Remember to maintain which helps bring
wish I could
light
just
aircraft into the modern
skip it.
era. Start making a right turn to heading 090.
Yo, I'm sorry, what?
Autopilot off, please.
Fuck off.
You can use the heading book to help you maintain a heading. It's been set to 090 for you. For future turns, use the head. You need to fly these maneuvers manually. Please restart.
You motherfucker, you're really gonna make me hit. You're really gonna make me restart that. Because I went and did autopilot. I'm gonna go way in front of you. We're just gonna go taxi. I don't even give
Modern
oomph.
aircraft are typically fitted with more advanced avionics than what we saw in the Cessna 152. The Cessna 172 is fitted. Start making a right turn to heading 090.
Dang, Flabbit, I wanted to use.
You can use the heading book to help you maintain a heading. It's been set to 090 for you. For
Thank
future
you,
turns,
but-
use the heading knob
but I
found
do
at the
want to
left
just be
side
able
of the
to use
PFD to set your
autopilot.
desired heading.
That's like 90% of the reason.
It's
of the
important not to
whole
confuse the nav aid
G1000.
needles when flying IFR. We've set the VOR to bearing 1, the thin needle, and the ADF to bearing 2, the thicker needle. Continue on heading 090 at 2,000 feet. Now please make a right-hand turn to heading 180. throughout this lesson. Now we're established on a heading of south, see that the bearing 2 needle's tail is being pulled around just like it was on the Cessna 152's yellow ADF.
Yep.
Remember to maintain 2,000 feet throughout this lesson.
What, are you going to make me restart again if I don't?
Now make a right-hand turn to heading 240.
Why do you f***ing fall all the
Remember to
time?
maintain 2,000 feet throughout this lesson.
Dude,
Flying
I'm
on this
sorry,
heading
my
of
thing just
240
fell.
will demonstrate how the head of the needle
It literally
is
fell
high
onto
from
my
the heading.
yoke. It literally fell onto my yoke. And it knocked my yoke and it made everything get messed up. Come on.
Now make another right-hand turn directly to the Shoreham NDB. We do this by turning towards the head of the blue bearing 2 needle. We're going to be leaving Shoreham again on a radial of 030. Now we're reaching the NDB, start a rate 1 turn to the right to heading 030. Once accurately established on heading 030, look at the ADF needle. The tail of the needle will be pulling towards your heading. Intercept and follow the 030 radial for a short while. Tracking to a VOR with the G1000 is easier than ever.
Yeah!
Rather than setting an OBS, simply
I
click
would say.
the course barrow knob on the right side of the PFD to automatically center the CDI on the inbound course to the VOR. Click it now and see it center at roughly 125 degrees. Watch how the CDI bar moves as you continue flying ahead. Now click the course knob again to recenter the CDI and make a right-hand turn to track directly to Seaford VOR. Bank angle.
Oh, according to my screen, it wasn't.
Roll out on your heading towards Seaford and consider recentering the CDI again. To demonstrate using the CDI, make a right turn to heading 180. Roll out on heading 180 and watch the CDI bar. Now that we're flying south, you can see the CDI bar moving to the left, indicating that you
100%.
should fly left to regain your course.
Yep.
Center the CDI again and turn towards Seaford. So that's covered tracking directly to the VOR using the course knob.
Yep.
Now let's try intercepting a particular radial, which will be the course of 130.
Okay.
Set course 130 using the course knob and turn left to a heading of 070 to begin our interception.
I'm so confused. You want me to intercept it?
Flying on our intercept heading, you should start to see the CDI bar returning to center. As the CDI becomes almost back to center, turn to heading 130 to maintain our course. So far we've tried tracking directly to a VOR and intercepting a radial inbound. Next
Correct.
we'll try to intercept a radial outbound.
Okay.
With the glass cockpit, we don't need to consider to or from indications, just set the course you wish to fly. With the bearing needles, it makes the transition period between tracking in and tracking out easier, as we can pre-select our next radial, but still follow the bearing needle in towards the beacon. For now, keep tracking the course 130. Remember to maintain 2,000 feet throughout this lesson. Right, now we're getting close to the VOR. Pre-select your outbound radial of a course of 180, but for the time being keep tracking to the VOR station using the bearing needle. Now that we've very nearly reached Seaford VOR, turn right now onto a heading of 180, which will get us to leave on the 180 radial. Well done, that's this lesson complete. Now you've tried tracking to and from NDB's VORs and intercepting particular radials with both analog and glass instruments.
Again and always, I want to thank you guys for watching, for being here, for being a part of this. This journey is going to be huge. But I want to know, are you guys enjoying this shorter stuff, or would you rather go back to the longer stuff, the more lengthy stuff with all the flight and stuff? Let me know. Make sure you guys don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and until next time, see you later.